All right, this guy's name is Eric Lamlin. He is the Chief Scientific Officer to the European Union. And why am I telling you about that? Why is it significant? Well, he just recently authored an opinion piece in which he suggests that we need to tax the hell out of red meat so people won't eat it. You know, it's not that he wants to take away your free choice, but he just wants to make it financially very difficult, if not impossible, for many people to afford that. And the reason for that is to, quote unquote, save the environment, right? This is the sort of ruse that they put out there in order to get you to change your behavior to a way that these authoritarians want to direct, you know. And this is a guy who's typically the noodle arm, skinny fat guy that just wants everybody to be like him or eat like him, apparently. He's originally from Belgium. He's a Belgian guy living in, I guess it's Stanford up in Palo Alto. And so, why is this that he wants us to cut back on red meat? Well, because of, quite honestly, bad data. This whole, belief that, animal livestock is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than the entire transportation sector. That was based on this livestock's long shadow report, done in 2016, some 17 years ago, where they claimed that 18% of greenhouse gases came from animals and 14% came from transportation. They then had to revise that because they found that they had a number of errors in there, down to 14%. But that's still, again, they were comparing what's called a life cycle assessment with beef versus direct emissions with transportation. So you take what came out of the back of a tailpipe, and they didn't compare it came out of a cow. They compared everything, transportation, all the food production, everything. So if we were to do a fair comparison, an apples to apples comparison of the transportation sector, everything that goes into building cars and roads and and extracting fuels, the numbers would be enormous. They wouldn't even be close. In fact, we know that the direct emissions from livestock in the world is about 5% of worldwide emissions. Cattle cattle somewhere around 3%. So it's 3% versus whatever the other 97% is. In the United States, we know, according to the EPA, cows are responsible for 2.5%, 3% of our overall greenhouse gas emissions. So it is not the number one thing you can do, and not that he's suggesting that, but it's going to literally have minimal to no effect, and that's not even accounting for the possibility for carbon sequestration that goes back into the ground, which we know is occurring and can certainly occur. And so these people that have decided that they want to, be plant-based or vegan or something like that, and now they want to force it upon everyone else because they think that is the right thing to do, based on, again, very, very limited data. Even the methane argument. This guy Miles Allen, who sits on the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, the IPCC, has came out saying that the way we measure methane, the global warming potential that we measure methane, is in fact probably not accurate. They've got this GWP 20 and GWP 100, and he came up with something called a GWP, and they call it asterisk, because he says that we have vastly overestimated the amount of effect that methane from enteric fermentation, or from cattle, impact the greenhouse gases or the climate. So again, it's just based on old data that they like that narrative, they love that narrative, and they're going to keep pushing it, even though subsequent science has shown that the impact is not what they think it is. And these people are authoritarians, and he's clearly not the only one. There's lots and lots of other people out there that want to tax meat, ban meat, make you sit outside like a smoker because you eat meat. Not to mention the Vigo wacko activists. And so we're literally at war, guys. We have to fight back, and the way you fight back is first of all, you don't buy into that crap. You teach your children, you teach your family members it's BS. You continue to eat meat, you demand meat, you continue to support ranchers and others that are producing it. You inform your politicians that we're not playing that game. If you ban meat, you're out of the office, and you do everything within your power to fight against this, because this is evil. This will result in malnourished, sick people. This is not going to help the environment. This is only going to make people sicker, more dependent upon processed foods, and it's shameful, quite honestly. It's just you know, it's crazy. We got to live through times like this, but we got to fight, guys. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.